So, you want to learn how to use FL Studio. Congratulations, my friend, you've clicked on the right video, or wrong video depending on how you look at it. In this video, I'm going to show you the very basics of using this very awesome program. I guarantee you, after this video, you'll be making the most epic drill beats ever known. Now before we begin, let's have a little history lesson. Now, it's a common misconception that the FL part of FL Studio stands for funky loops. That kind of makes sense, but that's not entirely true. Some people also believe that FL is in reference to, excuse the language, the state of Florida. Now, that's not true either. What FL really stands for is Flip Logic Pro, as in Flip Logic Pro, dude. I use FL Studio because I'm boo-based and fruity-pilled, you know? Now, there's a lot to talk about with FL Studio, but I'm going to go over just the basics. So you have the program, you have your file edit, you got the play button. This is where you play your song. We're going to explain the patent song thing later. Tempos here. This is a metronome. You want this on if you don't have a MIDI keyboard. This is the time. This is a wavetable. These are buttons. We'll get to these. And this is quantization settings. Now, there are 5 main windows that you can access, and they're all right here. You've got the playlist, the piano roll, the channel rack, the mixer, and the browser plugin picker, which we're going to look at first right now. It essentially opens this little library on the side here. I usually like to keep it like this because, you know, why would I ever hide it? My screen is huge. This is where you keep your drum samples and also your plugins. So if you go over to plugin database, and you have generators, which is the word for synthesizers. And let's say we want a synth classic, and we got all these synths here. But usually what I use this for is drum samples. So you go over here to packs, which is default to FL Studio. There's a bunch of other packs I have in here, but those are custom made, and you need to be really smart to get that set up. Packs, and then drums, or you can do mode audio if you're a nerd. And then you go here, let's say we want a kick. I like 22 because I'm filming this in 2022, in case you haven't noticed. And this leads us very nicely into the second window we're going to talk about, the channel rack. This is where we keep all our sounds, we keep all our drum samples, it's where we keep all our synthesizers. So let's say we want to get a kick. So we select it here and then drag it over, click and drag, drop it off there, and boom, we have a kick drum, and we can play it with a button that's hooked up to the computer. Really nice. And let's say we want a snare. So we're gonna go back here, close this, open this. Let's look. This one's fun. I'm gonna drag this one over, click and drag. And now we have another one here. We're gonna worry about these numbers later. This is essentially a step mixer, and this is really useful for drums. So if you have like, change the tempo, by the way. Let's say I want to have like a beat like this and then hit the play button. And I want to program something for the snare. Oh, we're making some bangers already. So you're practically ready to use FL Studio now. Oh, I said I was going to talk about this. Pattern. Pat is short for pattern, and when you play it on pattern mode, it plays the selected pattern that you make. And let's say we want another pattern, so we just hit this plus button, and this is if you want to give it a name, pattern 2. I'm going to call it I can never spell Arthur correctly. We're going to call it Arthur. That's a nice name. And then this time it's just going to be all snares. Great, so we have pattern 1 and Arthur. I'm using the scroll wheel to switch between these. And let's say we want a pattern with a synth in it. So we just click the button again. We don't have to name it. I never name these. And we go to plugin database, and we can go to generators. I'm gonna go to synth classic. I have a specific one in mind. Styrus, yes, we're gonna do Styrus. We're gonna click and drag that over into the channel rack. So let me explain how synths work. You get this window here. This is a plugin. You can click things, you can click and drag these knobs to like do stuff. This is called sound design, but usually starting out, it's probably a good idea to choose a preset because like sound design's hard. And I know you don't like hard things. So what you want to do, you want to right click where it says presets, one of these arrows. It'll bring up this window here. I have some custom presets I made here, but I'm just that goated at FL Studio, so I can make that. Let's pick a nice preset, like a pad, like Above the Clouds. Let's have a listen to this one. Oh, that's really nice. Very tropical. It's like we're in Florida or something. I really need to stop saying that, or else my video is going to get demonetized. I'll show you another way to add plugins, by the way. You can right-click on anything in the channel rack, and then you can either insert a new one or replace the one you've selected. So I'm going to replace this one because I don't like it. We're going to select here. Now, some plugins in FL Studio are kind of different. While a lot of them you have like this preset menu, which I kind of made my own here. But other ones you have this, what's called a program preset library, or a program bank, whatever it's called. It's this little window here, and it's very old. It's very, oh man, look at that skeuomorphism. And so we have these menus here with a bunch of presets here. So let's pick a keyboard. Let's pick low bit EP. Love that. It's a really good piano. But now you're thinking, how do we get all of the notes in the step sequencer? The answer is you don't, you silly doofus. What you're supposed to do is open up the piano roll window, which is up here. Now, the piano roll is essentially MIDI. And if you know what MIDI is, good. If you don't know what MIDI is, I'm still going to go through with this section. So we have some notes here. Let's say I want to program something. It's like an A minor chord. It looks like that, so I'm going to draw it to look like that. There is a way to do this live, but it kind of sucks, so I have to draw it in. And let's play the pattern. Yeah, yes. All right, so far we've learned how to use the plugin picker and the sample picker. We've learned how to use the channel rack, and we've learned how to use the piano.
We interrupt this tutorial video to wish a very happy birthday to one Millard Fillmore, 13th President of these United States of America. Happy birthday, Millie.
Okay, everyone, sorry about that little interruption. Our editor got a little carried away, and oh, for crying out loud, that editor, I'm gonna kill him. All right, okay, sorry about that interruption. I don't know what happened to my background, but I seriously need to fire my editor. All right, so far we have 3 patterns. We have pattern 1, which is a drums. Really nice. And then we have Arthur. And then we have pattern 3, which is the synth. Good. What do we do with these patterns? Well, that's what the playlist is for. So we're gonna click this to open up the playlist, and we have this entire thing. This is where the actual song goes, and this is where you arrange all of your patterns that you've made previously into a track. So let's grab pattern 1. This is gonna be like a main beat. And then maybe like every once in a while we cut it out and replace it with Arthur. Like you just sort of click these in, and you have patterns here on multiple tracks. And then you could like select the pattern that you have here and then just sort of draw that pattern in. And then you go from pattern mode to song mode and then hit the play button. Now we're getting somewhere. This is what FL Studio is all about. All right, stop that, that's awful. So that's how you make a song. How do you make it sound even better? Well, go back to the channel rack. What do you suppose these numbers are for? Is it for bingo? No, it is not for bingo. I don't know who said that. It's for the mixer, which is the final part here. So you have all of these mixer tracks where you can adjust the volume and then add effects to all of your wonderful sounds. So you have this number 1 next to the kick, which means it's routed to track number 1. If I were to prove that right now, boom, I rest my case.
You rest your case?
So how do we assign these to the mixers? Well, the easy way to do it is just select it and hit Control L, or alternatively, if you want to do it the hard way, you could just sort of like, sometimes you have to click that first, and then go to this track number here and then just slide it up to the number you want, and it's assigned. I want to turn this down slightly, which is going to make it quiet. You can't hear it. Now it's way tyou loud. There we go. And you see these slots here? This is where you put your effects. And yep, there are effects plugins. So all you have to do is like click one of these empty ones, and then you can add the effects plugins. I want to put equalizer on here, which you're gonna have to get used to seeing this. You're gonna use this a lot. This is what an equalizer does. so you can really sculpt your sound in the mixer channel, and just realized when it's set in the top left corner. Will you excuse me a second?
Hey, editor. Oh, hey, Nitro. What's up? Can you stop with the Millard Fillmore, please? All right, it's like a little questionable. No, I don't think anyone's gonna like pick up on whatever joke you're in on. I'm not even.
Yeah, I totally
like a
get that.
fan of Millard Fillmore.
Yeah, I know. It's
like you are clearly.
yeah.
It's kind of a mid-president.
Okay, I'll take out the Millard Fillmore. All right.
All right, thank you.
Jeez, you're such a Florida sometimes.
What did you say to me?
Nothing.
Did you just call me a Florida?
Maybe I did, and maybe I didn't.
Well, you're in Ohio.
Oh yeah? Well, you're a California.
Well, you're in Nevada.
Nitro. You kiss your mother with that mouth?
Sorry,
It's 2023. You can't just call someone that anymore.
I never say stuff like that.
I can't be your editor anymore. I'm leaving.